Big Pharma is sick, and we are the cure. This is an invitation. This is the AVEX token. You're invited. Boom.
Step up in the party, step up in the party high.
There's cures for cancer, there's cures for all these types of things, but Big Pharma won't let it come to market because it won't be profitable for them. So AVEX is a way to fund those projects and make them a reality, saving hundreds of thousands of millions of lives. So everybody go check this coin out, it's about to blow up. We're throwing this entire event.
Right up to the party, right up to the party high. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Hit 'em up, huh? Get 'em up, huh? Put 'em up, huh? We waking up, huh? Welcome to the party. 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 Step up in the party, step up in the party.
Big Pharma is sick, and we are the cure. This is an invitation. This is the AVEX token. You're invited. Boom.
Step up in the party, step up in the party high.
There's cures for cancer, there's cures for all these types of things, but Big Pharma won't let it come to market because it won't be profitable for them. So AVEX is a way to fund those projects and make them a reality, saving hundreds of thousands of millions of lives. So everybody go check this coin out, it's about to blow up. We're throwing this entire event.
Right up to the party, right up to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Hit 'em up, huh? Get 'em up, huh? Put 'em up, huh? We waking up, huh? Welcome to the party. 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 Step up in the party, step up in the party high.
Everybody hear me just clear? If you can, leave a comment down below. That'd be much appreciated. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys.
I got audio.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Ted, I appreciate you. We do have proof of life. I'm still around. We're here. Just getting this right, because it's really hard making one of these live streams amazing, right? And that's what it is that we're trying to do every single time, and it feels like every time we're trying to improve, Murphy's Law takes effect. So bear with us, guys. We're trying to do this right. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a couple seconds to get some more people here in the stream. And yeah. So as you guys remember, probably last time we were on stream, I started out the stream with a little bit of a challenge to you guys, and it was to invite as many people as you can to the stream, to the AMA, so that they could join us and learn more about Aevolve and what it is that we're doing with our company as well as with Token, because we're trying to build community. So I'm going to extend that same, okay, so sound is off. Can you guys hear me? Audio is still fine. Okay. Am I being heard?
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome, guys. So I'm going to start this again. I appreciate you guys bearing with us as we have technical difficulty after technical difficulty. We're trying to make these AMAs better, much more interactive for all of you guys that are joining us and helping build up this community. So we appreciate the patience. We're just going to keep trying to improve every time. In the meanwhile, though, those of you that were here in the last AMA, can I get some comments in the stream if you were here? Just say, I was here. Just leave me a few comments if you were here in the previous AMA. I think that was AMA number 6, right? 7? That was AMA number 8, yeah? Okay. Well, if you guys were here, then you remember the challenge that I gave you at the beginning of the last AMA. We're gonna do that same sort of challenge today. So right now, it is 10:22 p.m. Eastern. For the next 5 minutes, I want you to invite as many people as you can to the stream. If they comment your name in the chat box, not just your name, but your Telegram username, your Telegram @username, we will award another 100 AVEX tokens to the person whose name is mentioned the most. Right now, though, we are actually going to invite into the stream a friend of Aevolve, Mr. Fabian, who won yesterday. So let's see if we can get him in the chat with us. The rest of you guys, though, go ahead and send out your invites.
Good.
Can we do that? Can we get my guy, Fabian? Okay. I need to hear Fabian, though. Fabian, can you hear me, my man?
Yes, I do.
Fabian. Awesome. And I see, who's that next to you? Gustav. Fabian, can you hear me, my man?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And I see, who's that next to you? Gustav. Fabian, just wanted to ask you, did you receive your tokens? You received your tokens for making the invites. That's good to hear. That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself in the meanwhile, while we have people sending out invites? Tell me who you are, what it is that you do, and I mean, how you feel about what it is that we're doing.
Got into the field, worked for like a week or two, and I stopped. I quit. Actually, yeah, I quit. Took a IT class that led me into data analytics, cloud engineering, and that's what I do right now. I'm in the IT field right now, totally. Aevolve, wow, beautiful. It's one of the best products I've ever heard thus far. Coming from a pharmacy background and knowing how sick and how corrupt Big Pharma is, I had to support. It just had to happen. Them being the gatekeepers and them holding all that power and holding it hostage, it's not something I'm for. And Aevolve is the solution to it, so I had to join the team. I had to them being come on board and support. Also, I had to give me a whole bunch of tokens as well. I'm not gonna lie, I got me a whole lot. And Aevolve is because of the beliefs that I have in this project. I know it's them being come on board. It's more than just the money. Also, it's about saving lives. So yeah, that's why I'm not gonna lie, I got me a whole lot. And Aevolve is the solution. Yeah.
Can,
Oh, I think it's.
you're, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah.
Fabian, you still with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, no, and we appreciate you, of course, joining the community. I'm actually going to put these on so I can hear you. We appreciate you joining the community and being a part of the team here.
Most definitely.
Can you tell me if you plan to be a long-term token holder? Are you looking to dump anytime soon? Or what is it that you're looking forward to in our extensive timeline for yourself?
I'm here to ride this ride. Like I'm here for the long term. I'm not here. This is not a pump and dump. This is a long term opportunity. Not just to make money, but just to make an impact on the society. So yes, I'm here for the long run.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Fabian, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving your insight. We see that there are 20 people in the chat right now. You guys feel free to invite just a few more people. I'm gonna give you like 60 more seconds for them to list your name. J Smiley 35, you look like you're killing it today. You might be the winner, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's give it another minute or so, and then we're gonna get Vaughn's into here. Okay?
Tell me apologize.
Apex for life.
Avex for life.
Apex for life.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Is it back to just me? Cool. Awesome. Okay. So, what we're going to get into next is invite our CEO, Mr. Rogelio Von Santos, to the stream. So, Vons, if I can get you over here, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Wow, that was a technical nightmare. And we promise that moving forward, we will make this much more awesome. We actually have been moving around for the last few days here. So I think the challenge that we have is making sure that we can actually really get a proper production. And so trying to make it fancy, we got caught here. There we go.
Okay. So for those people that are new to the stream, we just wanted to address exactly what is Aevolve. It's the same question that we asked past few streams. Maybe you can explain what is Aevolve, and then we'll ask what is Avex.
Okay, well, first of all, Fabian, thank you very much for hopping on the call. And there were technical difficulties, so I think I heard some amazing words there. And in case there were some audio issues, I think I'd like to have him come on again. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So Fabian, hopefully you hear this and we can actually have you come on board one more time to actually communicate your message properly. Mm-hmm. So in terms of Aevolve, what is Aevolve? Aevolve's mission is to make sure that the medical technologies that are out there, that should be out there, actually do get out there. What our mission is actually to make sure that we give real science and real treatments and cures a chance, a fighting chance, because right now there's a middleman, and the middleman is big pharma, is venture capital, it's a number of entities that stand in the way as gatekeepers, and just like any great blockchain project, we're removing the middleman. The middleman removed means patients and research come together in a very unique way. We're not changing the financial system of big pharma, we're making a brand new one. Mm-hmm. The only way that us young crazy cats and blockchain innovators normally do. We make a new system, just like we made a new currency. We're now going to allow new medicine to get to the people.
Awesome. So just in a nutshell, the solution that it is that we've actually built, what is it? What does it do?
The solution itself is based on a financial mechanism which is very simple: reservations. So when a new technology comes out after it's past a certain point of clinical testing and whatnot, they need to go ahead and commercialize. So that takes a lot of money as well. Right now, there's really only two options. One, hope and pray that Big Pharma, J&J, or one of those big guys becomes their distributor. Or option number two right now is die. Or option number three, which is Aevolve, in which case we will utilize a financial system that allows people to go ahead and make these reservations, apply for these medical treatments so they can become the first to ever acquire these technologies, along with some financial mechanisms that allow them to have some safety in that investment.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, a number of other financial solutions that will actually allow even earlier stage research to get to the market. So there is at first new technologies that will be released that are actually near commercial, and then as time passes, we will show you how we have solved, allowing younger and earlier stage technologies to go from concept to treating people.
Right. So as I understand it, really what we've created is a marketplace
Yes,
that
that's
enables late stage biotech and pharma companies that have these incredible technologies that are FDA approved, that are
Yes.
under the proper compliance and regulation to be able to commercialize on
Yes.
one end, and then also we're bringing patients that obviously desperately need
Yes.
these technologies or these treatments, and giving them a platform to connect, right?
And to make them aware as well.
Yeah, to make them aware. One way that I've heard it described is on the biotech or the pharma side, it's kind of like not really, but kind of like a Kickstarter for them to get to commercialization.
Sure.
But on the other side, on the patient side, it's more like a StubHub, right? Where they're purchasing reservations
Yes.
or tickets to be able to partake in
I guess
this treatment.
If you were to say it's a combination of something, I guess it's a combination of StubHub plus Kickstarter for biotech research. There you go.
Sure. Awesome. And then the AVEX token. What is the AVEX token?
So the AVEX token is a unique way to capture the value in all of that movement. So one of the unique things about working in the biotech and pharma space is that you're working with utility, which is very large, hundreds of millions of dollars. And so what that does is imagine, I think it was the Winklevoss brothers that said it nicely, imagine owning a piece of the internet. Now cryptocurrency actually accomplishes that in a way. You own a piece of the internet, you own a piece of a currency, you own a piece of this movement, because when we started looking at websites,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't financially benefit from the websites, but with cryptocurrency, we started financially benefiting from that new movement, right? The AVEX token represents a way to get exposure to the new generation of pharma. Imagine you own a piece of all the new medical technologies out there, but it isn't equity. You're getting exposure or a financial value represented through the token from the demand from new treatments in cancer, new treatments in Alzheimer's, new treatments in diabetes, and all of a sudden you're not a equity holder per se, but you are an equity holder in a brand new industry. So holding that token represents your exposure to the future of all medical revenues that come through our platform.
Yeah, and the cool thing, as I understand it with the AVEX token, is that, I mean, it truly is it's the native token for our ecosystem. It's the
Yes.
power of our ecosystem. When people, when patients, when family and friends of patients go ahead and purchase these reservations or these tickets for the up and coming biotech treatment, right? They utilize the AVEX token. Right?
Absolutely.
Or they can use fiat or whatever, a number of different other payment
Even
options.
if they use fiat, even if they use crypto,
Sure.
at the end of the day, all transactions pass through AVEX token. if $500 million of purchases will be made to reserve a brand new treatment for a certain disease, every single one of those dollars must pass through the AVEX token. In other words, it is a direct exposure into all that activity.
So you had mentioned September 23rd, we make an announcement of the first 3 companies or so that we're going to be listing on the Biospheres platform
That's
at
correct.
the beginning of next year.
That's correct.
You're telling me if those 3 companies, those 3 biotech companies, pharma companies, each, let's say, generate a revenue of, let's say, $300 million a piece.
That's correct.
Right? Or $400 million a piece.
That's right.
You're saying that $1.2 billion is going to flow through the token.
That's how the system is designed. Yes.
That's different. That's different. I've never heard of a token doing that.
Well, actually, if you think about it, a lot of tokens attempt something like this, right? They say they want to go ahead and create a solution for an industry, and they make their token the transaction method to, let's say, get a program for hotels or solve a new type of telemedicine or Uber, those kind of things. The only difference is they would have to spend a lot of time trying to get adoption from a lot of companies to get $1 billion revenue stream.
Right.
For us, it's a couple of companies.
Right.
No, that's the difference.
Nice. Okay. that's good to know. So you should tell your friends. So in a nutshell, Aevolve is the company that's providing the solution, which is our Biospheres platform. That's the marketplace where we connect patients and innovators, right, to get the healing that they need, and the funding and the ability to commercialize on the other side.
Right.
That's Aevolve, and then the AVEX token is the currency by which
all of this must happen.
All of this is transacted
That's right.
in the ecosystem. Awesome. So I guess for this next portion, now that we have an understanding, there's a whole lot more than just that, but that's the brief overview. Why don't we get to the announcement that you wanted to make regarding technical overhauls and things like that?
So first of all, there's been a lot of questions with regards to some of the tokenomic and technical side. So I want you all to know that we have watched and read every single one of them. And there are many layers to this, and we can talk about that. But one of the things that we must point out is that the token itself originated in 2018. And since then, there's been a number of wonderful innovations. Obviously, you guys have heard some of the new progressions in like the NFTs, which is a very unique marketplace. There's progressions in staking. There's progression in the way blockchains have evolved. Now we're going to Ethereum too. So with different chains that have come, we've actually developed over the last few weeks a number of brand new, I would say, implementations of the new technology. Long story short, our 2018 AVEX token is about to get a major technical upgrade.
Which is good for the community.
It's going to be awesome.
Very good.
Some of the latest stuff. So the details of how that's going to happen, what they are to come. But just letting you know, there is a major technology upgrade announcement that is going to be forthcoming.
Essentially what we're saying is some of the questions that are currently being asked regarding tokenomics, market cap, token classification, exchanges, some of them will no longer be relevant in a number of days from now. So sometimes when you get into a super layered project like this, which is totally different than honestly anything I've ever seen in the crypto space, being in it since 2016, examining up to almost 2,000 different crypto projects and companies, I've literally seen it all. This is totally different. And so what I'm saying is we don't want to open a can of worms or go down a rabbit hole that is going to be closed up in a few days. So I think just be patient with us, community. Be patient.
And I think one thing to reassure you is that there are a number of measures in there where we are going to be making it simpler for you guys to understand. That's for sure. The other part of it is that there is a number of layers here. So just to give an idea of what that means is that a lot of projects start with an idea of trying to solve a problem for an industry. Mm-hmm. And what happens is they build up, they release their token, and some of them don't even have a platform, let alone a client or a user yet. right? So it gets a lot of popularity with a lot of wallet drops and people are trading it and it sounds exciting. The reality is we started backwards, right? So to really meet the financial needs of these biotech companies, along with respecting the fact that these companies have spent a decade or more spending millions of dollars just to get to a certain point where they can actually be brought to the world, we needed to make sure that we approached our entire framework in a very unique way that's very safe for them on a legal basis as well, and solves a lot of problems where we know that we will meet, because our financial pressures that come into the token aren't just based on how much hype we can get and how much adoption we can get. It's based on the fact that we're going to load up $100 million project here, $300 million project, $1 billion project. And so those things really have to be considered in terms of our full-blown design. And it can't be easily explained into a one-page tokenomic or white paper like, some of the coins you've seen. Wink, wink.
Further updates, I just wanted to say that many of you have probably heard of me talk about a specific technical project that we're working on right now that's supposed to ease the adoption of many others into the crypto space. Firstly, towards the AVEX token. We're very close with getting that finished, and upon its completion, that is when we're going to run towards the full breakout of our marketing push. Because honestly, it's not too difficult to get in contact with large scale influencers and to run paid advertisements and to do the whole shebang. But the thing is, you want as much conversion as possible. You want people to actually take a look and to care and to even purchase your token. But that's not going to take place unless you make it easy for those that are outside of crypto, those that are interested but don't necessarily have or maybe even want to, or maybe too intimidated to put the time in to learn how to link their wallets, to pancake swap, to calculate and determine slippage and to go ahead and perform the trade. So we're creating something to make it much easier for everyone else.
That's going to be very exciting because we're not only innovating for the medical companies, we are actually innovating for blockchain as well. Adoption is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So I want to answer this question real quick for iSnap City. You're asking what's going on with the market now. It's currently sitting at $1. That price is actually, you're discovering that on the first two exchanges that we initially listed on late last year, which is the token and P2P B2B. So I wanted to give you guys a little idea of our execution and why we have a variance right now. First of all, the quick answer is focus on the pancake swap. The liquidity is there, and that is where we are actually focusing all our energies right now. DeFi is the space. These exchanges last year also suffered from COVID, so a lot of them didn't have the same infrastructure when we first launched, or when we first targeted our listing. To give you an idea, there are 3 stages that we took. The first stage is we can talk a little bit about the Swiss Tracker Certificate. Now that is an ISIN issued structured product. Now what does that mean? Every stock and bond on the stock market actually has what they call an ISIN. It's basically an ID which says this is an official stock exchange or financial markets listed asset. Okay, so this particular product took us over a year and a half to actually create. This in itself is an innovation for the crypto space. So we can talk more about what that is and you can explore it under avex.ai. That's the website. But why did we do that? We did that because we were able to wrap the token under a securitized platform, because at that time and until now, people are always talking about, these tokens are going to get in trouble because of the SEC, it'll be considered a security. Now, keep in mind that I myself and many of our partners have spent a decade on a biotech project, which means we did not want to risk the same things that the other crypto companies were just gambling out on. So what did we do? We developed a financial product. We developed a brand new security that wrapped our utility token just to make sure that those that would say that's security can't say that it was they actually can't say that it was actually violation of securities laws because we actually issued out one of the toughest security projects ever, right? To actually, it's a brand new financial security wrapper for any token. So we are actually the first innovators in that. Aevolve did actually create that product. Now, after that, in order to make sure that we launched properly on the US front, we didn't want to be determined as an ICO. So we took two small exchanges like P2P and LaToken and had it issued out on the exchanges already. So the reason for that is that we wanted to make sure that when we issued out over here into the broader markets, there is no ICO speculative conversation. The tokens are already out in the market, even though they were out on a very small level. Now, these markets don't have much liquidity right now because obviously a lot of crypto exchanges, they change strengths, right? Some are popular one day, some are not. So keep this in mind, especially with our new upgrade. The overall market cap and the value of these tokens, they will be maintained focusing on the pancake swap price. All right, so focus on that price. Those other ones will actually be what do you call that? They'll be reintegrated into the full liquidity of the circulation. But keep in mind that we will make sure that the prices on PancakeSwap will be translated properly into the broader into the broader token, and there is a very clear plan for that.
Okay. I wanted to actually continue the conversation regarding, at least briefly, the marketing push that some people have asked for. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to get into more of a timeline to explain to you guys what it is that we're looking to do the next few months, because we know that that's been a question that's been asked multiple times in terms of the marketing. I'm just going to briefly say again what the strategy is, at least from a super high level. It involves TikTok and TikTok influencers. We've floated the idea of maybe creating something of a TikTok house. I don't know if you guys are familiar with social media houses, but it's pretty much a centralized location where you bring a whole bunch of influencers to all live together and really just kind of prop up whatever it is that put them there. And, you know, if we have an AVEX house, a TikTok AVEX house, that'll definitely be something that many people get to hear about as a result of that. We're also speaking with many YouTube crypto influencers, Twitter crypto influencers. I mean, when we're talking about sheer reach, we're talking about hundreds of millions of people that will be able to be reached with our campaigns. That's why it's so important that we get that technical project done that I've been hinting at and mentioning for the past few days, which is pretty much there. It's just one last piece that we're looking for. And then when we do that, it's off to the races. And then you guys are going to see us absolutely everywhere. A lot of you got to see the video that we had played right before the live stream started with our 50 Cent rooftop event, as well as our major mansion party where we had the biggest TikTok stars, the biggest YouTube stars all together in one place. We have the connections and the reach. It's just a matter of timing. As you guys know, it's always a timing issue. And we need this one last tool before we really break out into our sprint, because 6 months is going to be like that. From now till when we actually list that first biotech company, it's going to happen in a flash. And so we want to make sure that our marketing push is done amazingly.
You know, one of our good friends over this journey is Max Lewis. And so, can we tell him about Max Lewis a little bit? Can you describe Max?
Yeah, Max is a friend and I guess I'd say a colleague of mine, and we kind of run TikTok campaigns together. He's a well-known TikTok manager. He has a lot of stars under his kind of under his house, and whenever we need to run campaigns, he's definitely the guy to go to. There's only about 20 of them on the TikTok platform that wield this sort of influence and power, and he's one of them, and he's actually on our team.
He's actually one of us now, and he just messaged me. It's because you were talking about the TikTok programs. Literally, he just messaged me as we're speaking that we will be on a major YouTube page to bring traffic to these broadcasts very soon. And so, to give you a little idea, these are the kind of moves that are happening right now.
Right. And one thing that I wanted to bring back to you guys was that we also need help as we're doing this. Yes, we have our proficiencies. Yes, we have our connections and our network, but all of that means nothing if we don't have a community that actually supports and believes in what it is that we're doing. The same way that you guys heard Fabian, hopefully you heard Fabian in the beginning talk about why he believes in this project and why this matters to him. So while we wait for the deployment of our technical project, we're going to need help keeping the Telegram alive. We're going to need people inviting others to our Telegram. So if you're in our Telegram, invite your friends to our Telegram. Those people that are interested in crypto, or those people that are already in crypto, but just maybe don't necessarily know about our project just yet. And, we hear a lot about shilling all the time, right?
Shilling.
Shill to your. We don't want to shill. We want to evangelize. We don't want people to just come in and buy our token. We want people to hear our message and what it is that we're actually doing, the groundwork that's been laid out for 3 years before I even came along, so that people know that this isn't a flash in the pan. This is something that has
decades long. This is decades of work. So this is actually
Exactly.
10 years before me, 10 years of my own time, and then probably 10 years of yours.
10 years plus.
Absolutely.
I mean, so really, guys, make the invites, point people towards PancakeSwap to take a look at our token. If you have influencers that you're in touch with that you think would resonate with our message, everybody knows somebody. Put them in contact with us. I think after a few AMAs, we've got 80 plus more to go. You guys are going to get to know us really well, know our backgrounds, know what it is that we stand for, know what the work is that we're putting in every day. And as rollouts start to take place, especially over the next few weeks, I think that you guys are going to realize that we're not your average project. We're not your average company. This is not your average token.
In fact,
There's stuff that's going to take place.
I'm going to throw a challenge out.
Go ahead.
I'm going to throw a challenge out. I'm going to say, everybody watching this right now, invite somebody on to Telegram, yes, but I would like you to ask one person that you believe would resonate with this message, to go on PancakeSwap and get them to own at least $10 of AVEX token, somebody brand new. Let them become a brand new AVEX token holder. Let them get committed, because at the end of the day, nothing says support more than moving that token. So
The token's the invitation.
the token is the invitation.
It's the invitation.
And welcome to the movement.
Yeah. And in regards to the marketing, I want to go back to that again. When we talk about marketing, I'll be honest with you guys and bring you into the conversations that we have. We battle with two ideas, right? One is to tell the masses about our token that's pumping, so that people take a look at the money that's being generated and the action there, and hopefully because of that, a few of them turn and they look at what it is that we're actually doing and the solutions that we're trying to bring to the people that need it most, right? I told you guys about my friend that passed. It really would have been helpful if that technology that you had spoken about that was radiation less, type of chemotherapy was available for him, and you shared some stories as well yesterday about people that are within your circle that had died, that had experienced these things, waiting for technologies that either existed or technology that was yet to exist, that should have already been there, but for some reason or another, some of these things never. The research was there, but the technology was never funded.
Doesn't it always boil down to money?
Yeah. So in regards to the two ideas, there's one where it points to the token,
Which is the standard crypto shill.
which is the standard crypto shill, and the other is to tell people our why, right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people make it sound corny and they're like, you're just, it's an emotional like, no, this is real. I think each and every one of us knows somebody that's been affected by some sort of disease, some sort of health issue, right? This past year was the year where we focused truly
all
on
got
health,
affected by
and now
health.
we're hearing about a Delta strain that's coming from overseas. It's like, this is the main focus of the world right now. So what better time than for us to say, hey, there's been technology that's sat around for a long time, medications, treatments that have sat around on shelves somewhere in some scientist's closet that never got the funding that they needed, even though they had maybe FDA approvals. They had the testing, they proved that it worked, but some big guy with money said it doesn't make sense for my
For
business,
his account, yeah.
for my account, because maybe you have a competitor and it seeks to disrupt my already existing revenue stream.
So basically, that one guy's profit decision affected hundreds of thousands of lives, and that's no good.
I think that's wrong.
That's no good.
I think that's wrong. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, look, what is Evolve? What is this message? That there's something fundamentally wrong with the system. We all know that. We all know this. In fact, it's not a brand new thing to talk about. Oh my God, Big Pharma did this. The insurance companies did that. We were denied this. We can't get the treatment that we need. How come the NFL football player with that injury gets a special treatment that's outside the country that costs millions of dollars, and yet the same person that would get it has no access to such special treatment? How come there are technologies out there where the rich people know where it's at, whereas everybody else has no idea it even exists? There's something wrong here, and all that is literally technologies and researchers and scientists that are bad at marketing, okay? But they are innovators. The crypto community, all of us, we are innovators here. These researchers are betting on the crypto community. I've convinced many of them that are part of my own circle as friends that crypto will be our champions, right? Innovators in science, innovators in cryptocurrency, blockchain, technology. We need to come together, and Aevolve is this channel.
Guys, Big Pharma is sick,
And we are the
believe that
cure.
We're the cure. We believe we're the cure. Seriously, and it's funny because like I think a lot of times you hear about problems and then you just kind of shoulder shrug because like what can I actually do
That's
as
right.
an individual? And I think
You stop talking about
I
it.
think as resilient of a person as I am, when I hear about things like, not trying to get too controversial, but Jeffrey Epstein and a McAfee, and you hear about the conspiracy, it's like, well, what can I do?
That's right.
Even if I think that something shady is going on, what can I do? There's a lot of different places where I think we all feel like that, but I think what brought me comfort in joining this project and what it is that you guys had already laid out the groundwork for 3 years is that there's hope.
There is hope.
And I think actually there's more than hope. There's action that's taking place.
Yes,
that
that's
has
right.
been taking place. And so when me, who's kind of running the marketing and the communication, when I'm thinking about everything that's taken place and I'm trying to figure out how to package it and give it out to the masses,
Yeah.
and I'm battling with these two ideas. Should I point everybody to the token? Should I just pump the token and point everybody there and hopefully they get our message, or give them our why? I think the thing that resonates deepest, and actually my mindset's been changing the past week. We've been having these conversations.
Right.
I think the thing that's going to grasp or grab the community the strongest is going to be our why, right?
Absolutely.
It's going to be our why, because tokens do this.
That's
and
right.
if we show that, hey, there's another way to do this where people don't have to die, then I think that
Let me tell you something about why they're so important.
Go ahead.
Whys are so important for one reason, because the stronger the why, and I guarantee you, the conviction of our why is deep within our souls. is because that no matter if the token goes up or down or however the volatility looks like, we won't stop. That is a why. That's why the why is so important. Not only how we're going to do it, if we're able to do it, but what drives us to do it. And that why means we won't stop. And let's talk about when you say why and the hope that you're talking about.
Right.
Hope means you're looking at people that are making this giant claim that says we are going to transform this industry and we're going to bring the crypto army of the world to help us do this. What does it mean? Why is it possible? What is the hope? The hope is that you're dealing with a group that has succeeded in the full life cycle of the FDA system. We know, we have scientists, we understand molecule to marketing to commercialization, right? We understand governments. I have myself worked with various sectors of governments. What is it going to take to transform an industry? It's going to take understanding of the process, experience. It's going to take an understanding of the big picture, like governments, and how to work with them, which we have. It's going to take an understanding of the financial systems. And not only do we understand the financial systems, we've invented products in the financial systems and have proven it, our skill set there.
Yeah.
Finance, government, medicine, science. This is the group that has come together that actually can bring this thing to the next level. And of course, it also helps the fact that we have technology as part of our core, which is why we knew that we can do cryptocurrencies and technologies and platforms and consolidate all this and bring everybody on a platform on a technology basis. So this is what it takes, and this is where the hope lies. The fact is we have a solution, but we have a background.
Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback just one last thing on that. Not too long ago, we saw a whole bunch of people on the internet rally together in this group called Wall Street Bets, right? And we saw them attack the hedge funds with this epic short squeeze on GameStop and on AMC, and we all saw this happen. And like when I was in that group, when I was in the Wall Street Bets Reddit thread, I was seeing a whole bunch of people rallying together under the same banner of F the hedge funds, right? Just F them. Let's just do whatever we can. Let's put up all the money, all of our stimulus checks. Let's just throw it in there. We know we might never see it again, but let's just keep throwing all of our lunch money in there. And if it can help destroy them, then let's do that. And as cool as that was, it lasted for a little while and, just kind of went away.
But you have to admit, the internet did come together.
No, it did.
And
it did.
And it proved a freaking point.
It did.
That if it did rally, if it did unite, you can take on the biggest monsters in the system.
Yeah.
And the only difference between that and this is ours is ongoing. There is more technologies to come.
Also, I don't think ours isn't necessarily about destroying anybody else. I think it's more so to heal people. Like that's the end goal. That's the end goal. It would be amazing if those that we both know that have been lost over the past few years could have still been here with us as a result of the technologies that we know exist, guys, that are there, that just haven't gotten a chance yet to come to market. If we can bring those to market and give them another option, then we've done our job.
You can't fix the problem by being in the system. That's why we're doing something outside.
Right.
We're making a brand new channel.
Right.
And what's interesting is our Aevolve is about healing, period. And what does healing mean? Well, healing, we are targeting to heal people. It's also quality of life. So it's to heal hearts. When it comes down to the system in itself, well, you can't heal the system from inside or fix it from inside. You better believe that when, just like Wall Street Bets, when it taught some lessons to the bigger firms out there, a system like this where new technologies are being born without a corrupt middleman, new technologies and cures are being released without big pharma and having their final say, what ends up happening, they'll have no choice but to follow. It will heal the system as well. So, AVEX for life.
AVEX for life. I think with that, that conversation about our why, can you just tell us maybe one story that you know of where we were needed, our platform or something like that was needed because Big Pharma had failed the people?
I will tell you one where.
Let's give us one, and then we can get right into questions. So you guys get ready for your questions, start writing them up, and we can get to them for sure.
So I'll tell you one. So yesterday we talked about some personal stories, right? I'll tell you a business story, right? There was actually a technology that was coming out of Texas. I'm not going to drop names, okay?
Okay.
But in this particular story, there was a company that had innovated a brand new innovation for the heart. Keep it generic like that. Now, this company had a very known big pharma investor, right? And the moment they were ready to go to market, they were actually told to hold. And said, well, they said, no, the researchers were like, what are you talking about? This is one of the best things we can do for this particular disease, for this particular problem. And they were told to hold because there was already a competing product that the big guy owned, and they wanted to wait until their patent expired, until they were able to, they would allow this one to be released. Okay, so all of a sudden you have these researchers which actually gave a crap about why they were building this technology and working so hard, and said, now we gotta wait 8 years until you finish your money run, while people are suffering from this particular thing that we can help them right now. And so they said, well, screw you, big guy. We're going to get another big guy to replace you. In which case, big guy contacted all their venture capital and basically anybody they would call to replace them, and said, hey, listen, we understand that these companies reaching out. If you work with them, we won't work with you. They just got blacklisted inadvertently, in a legal way. It's not illegal to say that, but what just happened there? That's a bully.
Yep.
That's a bully. They
Yep.
were strong-armed into submission, and where could have Aevolve helped? Aevolve would have told that story. Actually, we still can. We tell that story. We go ahead and let the people come in and use our platform to go ahead and be part of that future reservation financing model, etc. And guess what? It doesn't matter how many phone calls Big Guy made. The people would have made that technology work, and the people didn't have to wait. Those that were sick with this disease didn't have to wait 8 more years just so somebody else can make a couple $1 billion more. It would have happened now. So that's a great example of where we would have been needed, and we actually still will be.
Yeah. Marketing is not just about garnering attention. It's about communicating a story, right? And so we've been talking it over, and we think that as a part of our future marketing campaigns, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to highlight the stories of those people that were negatively affected by what was, and ultimately what it is that we want to do to make those situations better, to make sure that those wrongs are made right in the future. And we want you to join us. That's why we're doing these AMAs.
Look,
it's long and arduous. When I think we have 80 plus more till September 23rd, I'm thinking, okay, there's a lot to do. And plus we got to get
we'll pound this message in.
We got to get them right. So we'll do that. But any questions that we have, guys, we're looking in the chat. We'd love to answer any questions that you guys may have.
I'm not actually getting the chat.
I know Jay Smiley asked a question about a tutorial on how to use Pancake Swap.
You know what? Why don't we make one?
If-
In fact, there's a lot of tutorials for DeFi setups, and we get this question a lot.
Okay.
And I think it's time we actually, get a. Maybe we'll get some of the supporters to make a video for us.
Yeah. We could definitely go ahead and do that. We can make a video for you. But in the meanwhile, just message me on Telegram, and we will put it in the group chat for you. I'm at AVEX4, the number 4, life. So I'm right there. Any questions, guys? Just waiting on any questions. We'll give you few more seconds. If there are no questions, then we're gonna sign up.
Yeah, we should. You know what? iSnap Sid is asking about. He's concerned that he was using the original exchanges, and then now he has to learn how to use Pancake Swap. Look, in fairness, there are technologies we're building to make this easier. DeFi, just to let you know, isn't that challenging, and we have helped some of our, I would say, boomer investors go through the process if needed. So we have a technical team that can probably help a few of you guys out there to go through the process. Obviously, iSnap is one of the more original buyers of AVEX. So before we went on DeFi, so we can find ways to help you guys out.
Okay, awesome guys. Please go ahead and check out our token on Pancake Swap. Join our Telegram group. We have it going down at the bottom of your screen. You should probably be able to see it. Share our Telegram group, t.me/buyavex.
I like this question.
And
I like
we'll
this
be
question
able
a
to
lot.
do that. What question are you saying?
Will patients need some sort of prescription to reserve treatments? Ooh, I like this question a lot.
Okay, do you want to just handle that one question and then?
Yeah,
And then we close out?
because this was actually one of the early questions when we were first designing this whole platform. So so we have actually 3 solutions for this one. So obviously, if the product itself requires prescription, because some may not, right? Requires prescription, then yes, they would have to obtain the prescription. However, we actually have a partnership with 3 telemedicine companies with doctors that are going to be prepped for these products. So at the end of the day, we may be able to provide the actual prescription pathway on Biosphere itself for the patients. And so we actually have a partnership with one telemedicine company with over 300,000 patients already, and around I think it was around 4,000 doctors. All right, but that's mostly in the European side. And so we'll be creating partnerships that way. Prescriptions are going to be needed for those that need them. For those that so we are looking for the technology enhancers. For one of our own solutions, we are going to be providing doctors and evaluators for particular treatments like Alzheimer's and whatnot, actually on site. So there will be a prescription basis as well. So there's going to be a whole series of solutions, but keep in mind, we are in the business of medicine, so that's definitely something we understand, and we have already front-run the situation, and we have a whole pathway to address those.
Awesome. All right.
No?
Appreciate you. Guys, thank you for joining us once again. Check us out on Telegram. Please join the community, share it with your friends, and also check us out on Pancake Swap. That's your ticket to join the community, yeah? So we'll see you again tomorrow. We'll list the time on our Telegram, and take care. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
AVEX for life.
Big Pharma is sick, and we are the cure. This is an invitation. This is the AVEX token. You're invited. Boom.
Step up in the party, step up in the party high.
There's cures for cancer, there's cures for all these types of things, but Big Pharma won't let it come to market because it won't be profitable for them. So AVEX is a way to fund those projects and make them a reality, saving hundreds of thousands of millions of lives. So everybody go check this coin out. It's about to blow up. We're throwing this entire event.
We on right up to the party, right up to the party. Hey. Welcome to the party. Hey. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Hey. Welcome to the party. Hit 'em up, huh? Get 'em up, huh? Put 'em up, huh? We waking up, huh? Welcome to the party. 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 Welcome Step up in the